You guys, I have so many other things that I should be doing, but for some reason, I've decided, I guess, that I'm going to review every N-Series Minecraft blaster as it comes out. So now, we're going to talk about the Diamond Sword. To get this quickly out of the way, if you don't know, this blaster uses the new Nerf standard dart from N-Series, the N-Dart. It is not compatible with your regular darts you might find on the shelves, so know if you buy this blaster and you want some more darts, you need some of these. All right, that's out of the way. I'm going to break this review into two parts. I'm going to talk about this blaster from the point of view of it being a child's toy who is interested in Minecraft. And then in the second half, that maybe a lot of you won't care about, I'm going to talk about this as a hobbyist. Let's get cracking and open this blaster up. It has a blast button, a foam edge, pullback priming, not unlike the other Minecraft sword. This one fires regular elite darts, but we'll get back to this one in a second. Let's open this up. Oh, okay. Right off the bat, looking at this, I do like the colors. The colors match a lot of the other N-Series Minecraft blasters. If you're curious about any of those, I actually have done so many now that I created a whole playlist. So you can learn about the Pillager's crossbow from N-Series, the mob pack, and that bow. Oh boy. But back to the sword. The sword actually has a good amount of heft. It is accurate-ish to the Diamond Sword. I mean, look at that. Doesn't look bad. It does have a foam edge, and the dart goes in the tip of this blaster. As a toy for a Minecraft enthusiast, ooh, I actually think this is pretty cool. You know, run around with your Minecraft sword. I know I see a lot of regular Minecraft swords that don't look this good in around thrift shops that don't fire darts. So this actually feels like, as a toy, it's pretty good. For a collector to put on a wall who's a Minecraft fan, also, whoops, I got in the way of the priming handle there. Also pretty good. And the foam padding makes it kind of safe. It's $30, but it's pretty niche. I could see it making a pretty good birthday gift for, you know, maybe a 7 or 8-year-old or a young kid who's into Minecraft. It could go over pretty well. And there's actually a pretty good set of good looking N-Series Minecraft stuff now that all uses the same darts. It looks good on camera too. I am going to do a quick comparison to the Heartstealer, whatever it is, the previous Minecraft sword. So you'll see right away, the previous one is bigger. Heartstealer? I'm gonna call it the Heartstealer for now, and I'll correct myself below if I'm wrong. You can see that it is longer with more reach. This one isn't as heavy as the new Diamond Sword, but that's probably because this one has more foam. When I do this whole blade, it's foam. It has a rigid piece inside of it, but foam, foam, foam. These are foam. And then we get down here, this isn't foam, but this is a more soft rubbery plastic. I can actually kind of bend in the corners of that. It's softer. On the front of this, soft material as well. And then we have some harder plastic down here on the handle. Well, this isn't as melee safe as the Nerf Melee blasters of old that were all foam and were awesome. I have a bunch of them back there, like the War Axe, etc. This one is a lot more play safe than this new one. This one has hard plastic. This teal area here, this is all hard plastic. The handle's hard plastic. Where the Minecraft logo is hard plastic. It feels like they took a step back from making it soft and safe for if you bop little Bobby or little Sally Sue. With this one, you have a higher chance of hitting them, ow, with some hard plastic. And that might be a big deal to you depending on the age of the kids. One other little thing of note with this one, this blaster fired a dart kind of from underneath, but it used the same mechanic. You pulled on the handle, it had a button, and it fired from back here in this little hidden area. It firing right from the tip of the blade, it does give the back a lot cleaner look. That's kind of subjective, but now let's get onto this blaster from a hobby perspective. One, you're probably not going to mod this blaster. You know, N-Series just isn't getting a lot of traction. Maybe you would remove the dart post. Maybe you put in a new barrel and you'd make it fire some half darts or something. I could see someone doing that. But As a melee blaster, you're not going to use this in games probably, and I'm pretty loosey-goosey about that, but this just has too much hard plastic too prominently to really use it. Even these side pieces of the hilt, ow, I'm being dramatic. That's hard plastic. On this one, it was a rubbery plastic. You know, still harder than it should be for melee, but more rubbery. This one is really more of a showpiece on your wall, a role play type of thing. I mean, if you were doing kind of a cool Minecraft costume or something, this is a pretty great prop. I would argue this is probably a better prop than this one in some ways because it's a little bit more complete on both sides. So $30 for a single shot, unique dart blaster. That's gonna be too steep for some, but it definitely has a bit of a niche target. FPS with this blaster was high 70s, low 80s, so a little below some of the other N-series stuff, but I guess that's okay for a sword. The build quality of this does feel really nice. I wish that when you prime this blaster that it was made in a way that after it's primed, you could slide this part back into the hilt so that it was a bit more discreet, so that when you're using it, it looks more normal. Right now, it looks very much like it's primed and ready to fire when it's primed and ready to fire. I'm sure some people will hate on this, but I can't really bring myself to. This is doing what it's promising, and that's a pretty decent quality toy tie-in to a mega franchise. You know, as far as franchise tie-ins go, this is pretty nice. I wish it was a little bit bigger, but I don't know that I have a good real life reference point for how big the diamond sword should be. I am a little bit surprised that it's not as long as this one. It would be nice if it was a bit longer, but it's probably because this one was more expensive to make. This one is heavier and solider and has more plastic. Although maybe it was more expensive to make this with all this durable foam. I don't know. That's a look at this new Minecraft diamond sword. I want to hear about it. What do you think? Would you mess around with this? The only thing that would stop me from running this as like a fun little secondary in a game is that I don't tend to like to run a whole bunch of blasters that use different ammo, unless it's, you know, Mega XL or something that's doing a different purpose. So if I'm using blasters that use short darts or long darts, I'm kind of unlikely to have a bunch of end darts on me, but where it's a single shot, maybe I would. The theme would have to be right. These tie-ins are tricky. They're not pro blasters. This is really for a Minecraft fan collector only. All right, everybody, until the next one, I gotta catch up on all the stuff I should have been doing instead of talking about this. I'll talk to you guys later. I kind of like it.